In this video, I'm going to discuss the truth of the publishing, manga, and webtoon industries, and read out to you an anonymous whistleblower and creator on webtoon and what they had to say. It will shock you. I'll also show you how you can use this to your advantage to create stories for a living and live the life that you want. Okay, now picture this, right? You're classy. You're a published, established author walking into this swanky ass penthouse apartment. And everybody's like, oh my God, your book is so fucking good. Like, you're such a genius. Like, how do you do it? And you're like, I don't know. Like, I'm just, I just do whatever, bro. Like, I'm just chilling. And this hot chick is like, oh my God, I had no idea that you would be so, he was about to say handsome, and you know this, right? But you're like, it's okay, girl. Like, don't be shy. You want to get with this, yeah? And you got this huge cock, right? Now you're at work to pay the bills. You are 3 weeks behind on that deadline you set for yourself, and you tell yourself, this is it. This is going to be the day. You're going to buckle down and do a 5-hour marathon to get your dream project finished. Then you head home, you sit down, then you go, let me get some coffee. I need to use the bathroom. Let me clean my apartment. Oh shit, I'm behind. Let me do double the time instead. The next thing you know it, you collapse into bed, realizing that nothing has changed. You have no goals to look forward to, no progress, and you definitely ain't packing no 9-inch. Now let me ask you. Which one is the real you? Now, I know what you're thinking. Who the fuck is this guy? Well, hi. My name is Ayman. I've been creating manga for the past 8 years, and I will be your new father. So listen to this, right? I was meeting with some writers, and one of them was an actual published author. I go, oh shit! That's the future I want! Creating a graphic novel has always been my dream, ever since I was a kid. I've been doing it for years and years, but I want to be legit. I want to make money from this, right? They tell me they had their first book signing. I go, oh, great! How was it? Barrel. No one showed up. Absolutely no one. The entire day. That's the promotion. They're like, yeah, we're the publishing industry. We're going to do our industry magic. We're going to hook you up, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to rent a room. We're going to put a desk in there. We're going to take a picture, and then we're going to leave. Literally no one came at all. Because publishers don't promote your book, you see. They just add you to the catalog. So people in the mall walk by and they go, oh, a book signing for something I never heard of before. Well, I'll just wipe that from my memory and keep going on about my day. And guess what? This is the norm. Publishers only promote books that are proven. Now, what does proven mean? Proven means it already has a large following, far above average relative to its size, right? In which case, oh, we will then promote your book that's already very, very successful because you did all the promotion yourself. They literally say like, oh yes, if you already have a large following online, then it would be great to bring them to this event. Like, motherfucker, that's your job. I make the art, you do the promotion. That's the deal. That's how this deal works. And I'm very sorry to report that the manga and webtoon industry has pretty much gone in the same direction as well. Manga Plus Creators has a ranking system based on views and likes, right? Which seems fair, but actually, if you have a large following online, you can just bring your fans over and have them like all your stuff, and That's how you win, baby. So like being above average and then just marketing all your own stuff is like a solid strategy within the publishing industry. And it's even worse for Webtoon Canva as well. On Webtoon Canva, you make it, you promote it, people read it, and then you get the privilege to work for Webtoon for less than minimum wage. Cool. Like hold on. Like like this is crazy. Let me read you some of this. $800 per episode is not too bad. Quite a few comments had this stance, and I want to give more insight into this and why it is not a living wage at all. My series was signed at that rate, $800 per episode. But what am I getting actually? First, I spent 4 months talking with our editors to figure out the outline for the whole season, writing drafts after drafts of story ideas, story beats for the whole 50 episode season. Countless emails, notes from editors, meetings. During the same time, also doing character designs, environment designs, promotional banners for launch, etc. This whole 4-month pre-production process easily took up 900 plus hours. But I did not count them. Why? Because it was not paid. None. I only get paid from that $800 per episode fee. So straight off the jump, off rip, 4 months unpaid work. Once production starts, it only gets harder. Every week I spent around 70 hours to complete the episode. The minimum requirement is 40 panels. A lot of you here are webtoon makers yourselves. You must know how much hard work it is to produce 40 panels a week. Yeah, I mean, 40 panels a week is pretty hardcore. And you have to color all that shit, and you have to storyboard the next episode. So yeah, it's a lot of work. I know so many creators who work 80 plus hours each week. To put all this into perspective, $800 for a 70-hour week, that is $11 an hour. Again, we're not counting 4 months just unpaid work. But also, you're getting assistance, paying for that out of pocket. So the $11 turns into $9, which then turn into nothing. Because and you need to get 3D assets, pay for that out of pocket, and you gotta promote that shit, pay for that out of pocket. So actually, you're working for $5 an hour. Cha-ching! This is actually fucking crazy. So you know what I say to the publishers? Okay. Have it your way. Why show your loyalty to these companies that are doing everything they can to replace you with AI anyways? Replace the publishers. Do your own marketing. Because these people, they fucking suck, okay? They literally don't do anything. Who's more replaceable? Don't give 80% of it away just so some company can give you this badge of legitimacy. You know, this company that was made by a human being just like you. Maybe the publishing industry was the weird accident of history, right? And self-publishing was the way we were supposed to do it from the beginning. And I know what you're thinking. But Ayman, how? Record your own process. That's already free promotion right there. And you know, connect with communities, you know, preferably in real life. Go outside, touch some fucking grass, okay? But if you're absolutely forced to, you know, online communities as well for specific fandoms and niches in your, you know, targeted interests, and create genuine connections. Share your excitement with the same people that like your stuff. Find people further along than you and ask them for advice. They exist. You know what's gonna happen when you walk up to them and say, "Hey, I really admire your work and your career, and I want to be just like you. Can you please give me some advice?" They're gonna say, "Hell yeah, of course." They'll be happy to share that with you. And again, I know what you're thinking, right? It's like, why can't a dude just have a fucking dream, okay? I just want to do what I love for as much as possible. Why does it have to be this difficult? Why do I have to keep doing all this other shit? Instead of having an employer set my schedule, I have to set my own schedule, do my own marketing, my own promotion. Do you know how difficult that is? How much energy that takes? Like, I'm barely chugging along as it is, you know? Like, you might as well ask me to become a different person. Yes. How are you supposed to stay focused and determined? Where are you supposed to get all this energy from? Because you don't have it now, and it seems so far away, right? The work necessary to do all those things seems impossible right now. Think about what this person is like, right? Relaxed, confident, intelligent, full of energy. It's like you need to be that person already to become that person. Alan Moore. For those of you not in the know, he wrote this Watchmen. He wrote League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, V for Vendetta, From Hell, which was crazy. And yeah, Watchmen is a goddamn masterpiece. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. It is it is dubbed the first graphic novel, and he hates that term because it's a marketing term, but I think it's a very apt term because it is very much a novel in the sense of it being, you know, a tale of a city, you know, with a beginning, middle, and end all encompassed in a single book. Definitely check it out if you're interested in the history of comics, graphic novels, manga, etc. You know, and he talks about, and I tried to get the original video, but the quality was terrible. Like a fan asks him a question, basically being like, "Hey, you know, Alan Moore, I want to write for comics like you. How do I do that?" And he basically talked about the difference of becoming a writer versus being a writer, right? And that basically you have to live like a writer for a long time before the physical world catches up to you and gives you that title. Okay? So you have to basically live like a writer and have all the inner characteristics of someone that has their shit together and is already succeeding in that life long before the world recognizes you for it. Okay? And he also talked about, you know, oh, like the image of being a writer, like you know, he talks about sitting on a yacht or whatever. And in my case, I talked about, you know, getting off the elevator, right, into the penthouse suite. But it's all the same. Like that has nothing to do with being a writer, right? Like if you're a writer, you write. If you're writing, you are a writer. You already are that. You already are a writer. Act like it. So how do you become this writer that has all this energy, this focus, this determination, right? You have to live as that person now. What's this person like? What's their routine? What's their inner characteristics? Write that down. Write down your routine, right? Compare. There's a difference. And it's like, Iman, stop with this wooey bullshit. Just tell me practical steps, what I have to do to reach my desired goal. And it's like, yeah, I told you some of them already. I'm not telling you not to do those things. I'm telling you who is more likely to achieve their goals. This person or that person? In James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, here's what he says on identity, right? So he wrote an entire chapter on identity in this book about habit formation, right? And this book, Atomic Habits, is one of the most massively successful best-selling books ever on this topic. And James Clear is hired by top athletes of the world, Olympic level athletes, and top performing companies to come in and improve their productivity. And they pay top dollar to hear his advice, right? So pay attention. And he gives this example of two people, right? You offer the first person a cigarette and they say, "Oh, I'm trying to quit." You offer the second person a cigarette and they say, "Oh, I don't smoke," right? And so the second person is exerting way less effort in accomplishing the same goal, right? As opposed to the first person who says, "Oh, I am trying to quit." So here's the default: I'm a smoker, I'm supposed to smoke, and I'm going to exert this extra effort to try not to smoke. And what happens is your brain expends more calories to accomplish the same tasks. Now, who do you think is going to accomplish this goal of quitting smoking over the long term? So stop with this, "Oh, you're trying to be an artist, you're trying to be legit, you're trying to." No, no, you already are that, right? Walk off the elevator with that same swag wherever you are because you already are that. That energy, that determination, that will carry you through. And you're on your way to becoming that person, which will then get you all giddy and excited. And eventually, the physical world will catch up with you. So it's win win. This is actually a cause for celebration. Publishers are failing massively when you hold all the cards. You can do all the marketing, all the promotion yourself, and you don't need them at all. Now use that to come up with a plan for what you're going to do tomorrow. Celebrate the win. You're becoming this guy. If you fall along the way, that's totally fine. We all do, right? But it's in recognizing those mistakes, even the repeated mistakes we keep on making, and being willing to just keep moving forward regardless, right? That's what decides our direction in life. And you will reach your goals. It's already on its way.